Hello, my name is Axel Sjöblad and I am the CEO of the biotechnology company SenzaGen. SenzaGen aims at replacing animal experience by establishing a new industry standard. SenzaGen was founded in 2010 by Professors Carl Borrebeck and Malin Lindstedt at the University of Lund and is a spin-off from the Department of Immunotechnology. We have our headquarters in Lund and a sales office in the United States, and we are listed on Nasdaq First North since 2017. Our technology, the GARD platform, is based on human cells, genomics, and machine learning, and we currently have the highest predictive performance of the tests that are on the market. We aim and address at the skin and respiratory sensitization markets, and as I said before, we want to replace animal tests. Our business model is based on direct sales from our headquarters in Sweden, from our sales office in the US, and the sales rep that we have in France. But in addition to that, we also have partner sales through contract research organizations that either license our tests or work as distributors. Our current position is that we are in commercialization phase, aiming at break even in 2022. We raised more than 100 million SEK in the fall of 2019, so currently well financed for the activities that we have ongoing. And finally, we have a GLP certified laboratory since May 2020. If we look at allergies, it is a continuously growing health concern in the world. And in skin allergy, up to 28% of adults and up to 23% of children in the general population are affected by allergic contact dermatitis. In the respiratory allergy field, more than 300 million people globally are affected by asthma. We act in a fast-growing market that is driven by multiple trends. The market is called the in vitro chemical safety testing market, and the most important tests are regulatory, with an increasing number of animal testing bans being rolled out across the planet. Ethical, with both an increased community engagement and also a larger and larger focus on different CSR initiatives from organizations and companies. There are scientific trends where there is a need of more accurate test results than the one that we see today. And finally, economic, where there is a need for cost and time effectiveness during product development and safer products for consumers. All these trends are giving us a tailwind in the 4 different industries that we address, and they are pharma, chemical, medical device, and cosmetics, giving us a current addressable market with a value of approximately 5 billion SEK. So what do? We replace animal testing with high-end technology. We benchmark our test GARD against the traditional in vivo testing, here represented by the mouse and the guinea pig, which has an accuracy of approximately 70 to 75% versus human data, and the first generation of in vitro tests using single biomarkers and having an accuracy of 75 to 80%. To meet this, we offer GARD, which we called the next generation of in vitro testing, and we use biomarker signatures from more than 200 genes, giving us a 90 to 95% accuracy thanks to our combination of human cells, genomics, and machine learning. Here I want to underline that this accuracy is not a number created by SenzaGen. It is the outcome of blinded tests run in 3 different laboratories that has been evaluated by external experts. So, in the fall of 2019, we raised capital, and during 2020, we really worked on setting the company up for future growth while working towards our 2022 break-even objective. And to get there, we work in line with 7 strategic initiatives that you can see at the bottom right of this slide. All of these initiatives are really aiming at increasing our capabilities, our market presence, and our sales. And I will go through the most important achievements in the following slides. So, the first initiatives have really helped us to change our approach from inside out to outside in. And I will now go through the different achievements under each and every initiative. First of all, understanding and prioritizing the customer's needs. Here we revised our customer segmentation and updated our value proposition to clarify and strengthen our service offering. This led to a growing pipeline of potential customers evaluating our tests, and also to important orders from both new and existing customers. The highlights here is a collaboration that we started with the pharmaceutical company Lundbeck in Copenhagen in December. But in addition to that, we also work together with the global medical device company, which placed a 0.60 million SEK order in September. A major US chemical company, which placed a 400,000 krona order for both Guard Skin and Guard Potency in September. And finally, a world-leading ingredient and raw material supplier that purchased tests from us in May. Important here is that all those customers are large international accounts in both Europe and the US, and they are all very happy with the information that they have received when we have tested their different substances on Guard. Our second initiative, adapt and develop our product portfolio. In this area, we have really sharpened our offering by incremental development of the tests we offer. This has led to the launch of Guard Skin Animal Product Free and the launch of Guard Skin Dose Response, which is the first test of its kind and assesses the skin sensitizing potency of a chemical in a far more quantitative manner than the Guard Potency. We have also adapted our business model. We have really focused more on direct sales and increasing the number of tests in our own laboratory, while at the same time updating our distributor and agent strategy. Our fourth initiative, build strategic partnerships, has really been used to drive this shift in the testing industry. And here we want to mention that we have expanded our collaboration with Accelerate, a distributor in the UK, that is a vegan CRO, and thanks to Guard Skin Animal Product Free, they can now offer a vegan Guard test. We also signed a collaboration agreement with the Research Institute for Fragrance Materials, RIFM, in the US, to develop the next generation of tests for photosensitization, which is a very important topic in the cosmetic industry today. A very important initiative is also our work to ensure regulatory acceptance for Guard. Here I want to highlight 4 different areas. The first one being the fact that we received a GLP certification from SWEDAC in May. For us, this was a key regulatory milestone because now we can meet customers' various quality and regulatory requirements for product filings. And more importantly, it is evidence that Guard can be used in a lab subject to regulatory monitoring, which is very important for the ongoing Guard evaluation process. Secondly, we continued our work on the inclusion of Guard in the update of the new ISO standard for medical devices. Here we want to be in the annex, and we expect this work to be finalized in the first half of 2021. We also filed a so-called MDDT submission with the FDA for Guard Skin medical device. And the aim here is for the FDA to qualify Guard as a test for use in the development and evaluation of medical devices. And then finally, and I think also very important for those of you who have followed SenzaGen the last years, we continue the work on the OECD adoption of Guard as an official OECD test guideline. The status here is that EURL-ECVAM Scientific Advisory Committee, ESAC, is conducting its evaluation of Guard. And the next important step here is the experts group's report, which will serve as a scientific evaluation and provide a clear indication of the group's stance on the Guard validation. And the expected date for the ESAC opinion is March 2021. We had hoped to get an opinion already in 2020, but the process was unfortunately delayed due to COVID-19. For us, this was obviously quite a big disappointment, since the collaboration and exchange of information we have had with EURL-ECVAM and ESAC during 2020 had been very good. The last 2 initiatives are internal and really helps us to build a world-class team and organization. Here we have recruited a new key account manager in France, and we just finalized the recruitment of another key account manager in the Nordic countries and the VP operations. And finally, of course, I mentioned it before, we have our GLP certification. So, going forward, we continue to work towards our 2022 break-even target. And I can conclude after 1.5 years as CEO of SenzaGen that even if the pandemic has slowed down our transformation and progress, we are in stronger position now than we were a year ago. We are that because we have strengthened the team and we have adapted to the new virtual normal. We are selling and running more tests than before. We have a larger number of potential customers in all industries, and we continue to execute on our initiatives and see progress in all areas fully owned by us. So our objective right now is to be as prepared as possible when the short-term consequences of the pandemic disappears. We continue to address customers and industries that benefit from the high accuracy of GARD and the additional services that we can offer without an immediate need of a GARD OECD adoption. Thank you very much for listening, and I look forward to meeting at least some of you in the one-to-one interactions that will follow.